Welcome to the Wait, what's it called? Welcome to Ebenezer show. It's hard to say.
Chasing Ebenezer show.
Chasing something. It's summertime.
It is hot.
So we are just talking about whatever we want to, rather than our art of being human. We just don't want to work that hard to come up with a plan, basically.
Yeah, this is just... We want to just tell you where we're at and talk about things that we're interested in. We're interested in being human. We just like talking about some of the stuff that we're going to be talking about.
And I'm Heidi. This is Benjamin. And we are just going to talk about some of our favorite animal stories.
Yes.
Because it seems like we're outside a lot more in the summer. We see animals. We also have to put Punky, our cat, down this next week.
Yeah.
So we're not happy about that. You guys know that we're crazy cat people. So this is kind of in honor of her and all the animals throughout our lives that we have loved. So
yeah. Yeah, so on that note, it's really hard to find things that we're excited about. I am excited about, some of you know, we got to open for an artist named David Arkenstone back in May. And if you don't know who David Arkenstone is, where have you been? Go on Spotify. He's got so much music on there.
Feel so ashamed.
Feel ashamed. No, he's an amazing musician. He works with amazing musicians. And we got to open for him in Tacoma back in May, and it was a great experience for both of us. Really just wonderful person to work with. And he's coming to Portland, and we get to open for him again. He's going to be coming September 29th. And he's going to be playing in Portland, so we get to open for him. I'm excited.
Yeah, if you're in the area, come see David Arkenstone.
Yes,
because he and his band are amazing, incredible,
phenomenal. I'm just looking forward to watching them play, much less our playing.
Yeah, so. They're the kind of musicians that make me want to go home. I'm like, I need to practice more.
So if you want to be encouraged to practice,
or to create, though, his soundscapes are just so inspiring.
Yeah, very much. So I'm excited about that. What are you excited about?
I'm excited about lots of things. I'm in the process. My niece and nephew, we're planning a big, exciting sleepover extravaganza for next month. Yeah. We have so many ideas. So I kind of like themes and stuff. I love that kind of thing, and so do they. And so I like that. And I am excited because I'm reading some really good books, and I'm starting a book club. So we're reading Wrinkle in Time right now, and it's just so much fun. Lots of reading, and I'm slowly getting things organized in our new place.
We're starting to see some room in our garage, for which will be the future recording studio for stuff.
So I'm excited about a lot of things.
Yeah. I'm excited about getting started on our new album. I am. I just sent scratch tracks, which that's just the track that the other instruments get to like kind of play to.
Maybe say a little bit more about that. What that is.
Like a scratch track is basically like if you're recording with a bunch of musicians, the drummer needs something to follow. And so I record my guitar without the pressure of having to get my guitar perfectly sounding right, but just a guide for my drummer to follow.
It's like a draft.
Yeah.
Kind of the beat and the
very basic song structure, so that the other musicians can follow along and lock in with, and then I go back and record my guitar like officially. But I used a new mic that we're going to be using for the drums, but I used it on my guitar, and man, the scratch track just sounds great. It sounds so good. So yeah, I'm really, really, really excited about getting into the process of that.
So thank you to you.
Yes, big thank you.
Patrons, for helping us do this. It's you've been supporting us for quite a few years to get to this point. So that is really cool.
Yeah, it is. It's very cool. The humanity is an easy one for me. Two things. I'm feeling my humanity because it's hot. I don't do hot. We lived in Virginia, and it was really humid and hot and muggy. And coming out here, I thought, oh, well, this is easy. But there's not a lot of air conditioning stuff out here. And so it's not only hot, it's stuffy. And so I might start complaining halfway through this episode just because I'm feeling hot.
Then you will be allowed to exit the show, and I will have to
free reign.
I'll just do it by myself.
Oh, wow.
And talk to myself, because I can do that very well.
Yeah, you can. You can.
I'm a pro at that.
And obviously just with putting Punky down, 19 years old. I mean, she's been such a part of our life. And I know for me, I'm feeling it in my body. I'm like, why am I suddenly depressed? Why do I suddenly just want to sleep and check out and not think about anything? Yeah. That she's been the thing. Maybe I'll do like a reel, because our animals have interrupted our shows a lot over the years. It might be cool to do a little cat reel. I think I might do that.
Aw. Well, yes, I'm feeling that too. And another thing that I've been aware of, that is a struggle for me. It feels like because of what I do for work, if I make mistakes, I'm always doing them, it seems like, in front of people. And it's kind of hard to make mistakes constantly with people watching you. That's not my favorite thing. And so I'm trying to learn to come to terms with that. But I don't like making embarrassing mistakes in front of people. But I do in front of you all the time here. But it's a little... I don't know why. It's just a little bit different for me in a live performance or talking in front of people. I don't know. It's hard for me. That was my stomach, by the way. If you just heard that, that was not another orifice.
Does it feel like this is kind of just a different medium? Like this is more just being conversational?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big old dork fest.
True.
I don't know. It's just a different. It's just a different setup, but it feels like most of the time it's in front of audiences, and I just hate screwing up. So apparently, it's just part of the package deal.
Yep.
So yeah,
it's fun. So enough about us. Anyway, we're still gonna talk about us, but we get to talk about some of our favorite things, which is animals. We love animals. I grew up with a mom who every animal talked. Like, she would do these voices. And when she first came to our house, it was like, your family's crazy. But now she does it. And so, yeah, we love animals. Animals are a huge part of our life.
I just didn't realize that all animals talk.
They do.
I didn't realize that.
And they say some shocking things sometimes. It's true.
I was very surprised.
Anyway, that's where we're going to talk about animals. So here we go.
Pet time.
All right, pet time. So we're going to tell, we don't know if you're pet people, and if you're not pet people, that's okay.
We're sorry for people like us that might drive you crazy.
Maybe we'll encourage you to, you'll show us your grill and what you cooked on the grill. It's like, oh, look what my cat did. That's the kind of person I am.
Wait. I'm so confused. People are showing us that their cat grilled something?
No.
What did you...
No, I mean, like, people say, look at this new project I'm working on in my house.
Oh, okay.
Look at my kids, which is great. I'm like, well, my cat did this.
I'm just picturing...
That's all I meant.
I'm just picturing a cat in an apron and a barbecue hat out in the backyard.
Hey, that could be pretty awesome.
Or like, hey, look at what my cat grilled.
Look at what my cat grilled.
Okay. Oh, so you're saying that people have things that they share and are proud of, like human beings that they created.
Yes,
and, we're like,
we show, hey, look what my cat did. Isn't he so cute?
You're like, no.
There's this one photo on my phone because one of our old cat Mowgli was, he was fat. He was just a fat kid, 25 pounds. He was on his back, and the ability to roll over was a little limited. And I don't know whether it was me or you, but we just threw a bunch of rolled up paper on him, and he just stood there, didn't care. It was like a little snow mountain forming on his gut. It was wonderful. Anyway, pet stories. Yes. Do you have one you want to tell?
Sure.
All right.
So the first pet that my sister and I were allowed to choose was a bunny rabbit. I was probably maybe like 6, 7. I'm not super old, but maybe I was 8. Anyway, so we wanted a Princess Rosie. And so we went and we brought Princess Rosie home, and Princess Rosie was white with black spots and had a mini lop where the ears hang down.
Okay. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. And so it turns out that we did not get a Princess Rosie, that we got a Prince Rupert. But we did not know till after, and we were devastated because we really wanted a girl rabbit. I feel bad for Thumper that we... Oh, wait. No. His name was Thumper. Prince Thumper Rupert Schwartz. Sorry. Prince Thumper Rupert Schwartz. No, Thumper. Prince Thumper Rupert Schwartz is his name. And then... So then we had to have a girl. So we named her Princess Rosie Butterfly Schwartz. That was my maiden name. So then once Thumper and Rosie were ready to be married and they spent their honeymoon in our garage, and my parents were like, you have to leave them alone. And we wanted to understand why. So this is the point at which we find out what they're actually doing out there. So my parents go through this long explanation of, how sex works, how babies are made. They're explaining to us everything that's going on. And then at the end, I'm like, oh, I'm so glad people don't have to do that. Oh. And apparently I was wrong.
And
so there you go. That is our.
So you all had the talk
because of our rabbits. And then we actually started breeding rabbits. Okay. So we did several bounties. What do you call it? Breeds.
Litters.
Litters.
Is that it?
That's what it is.
Okay, litters.
That's what it is. So. Just, you might want to check before you bring a pet home if you have a Thumper or a Rosie. You just maybe need to double check
if you care
about it. So there you go.
Yeah, so I have a couple stories, but the first one I'm going to tell was when I was a little kid. We had this Australian Terrier named Beanie.
Beanie.
That was nicknamed the Hound from Hell. This dog had an anger problem. Tiny, but vicious. I mean, it had a bad reputation at the vet. I feel like a lot of pets I have had a bad.
It's you. I think it's you. You make your pets have bad.
So this isn't exactly a cute story, but it is funny.
Oh, okay.
So it's funny. You'll see. So towards the end, Beanie just started attacking everyone, and it was like dangerous bad. Beanie attacked my mom.
I'm sorry.
It was bad. It was bad. And long story short, we had to put Beanie down, which was really sad.
Beanie,
as bad as the dog was, we loved her. And I don't know, it was a few weeks later, we bought a Cocker Spaniel who was the opposite of Beanie. And we're in the house hanging out, and there's a knock on our door. And I think it might have been an animal control person or something. And my mom answers, and the guy's like, well, I'm here to see Beanie the dog.
Beanie's not here.
And my mom's like, well, Beanie's dead. I'm sorry. And he says to her...
Like they had an appointment or something?
And he says to her, well, do you have the head?
What would you want the head for? What? Wait a minute. This is not The Godfather. What?
Well... because my mom there was a concern that maybe my mom had rabies or something. So that was why. But to have someone say, well, do you have the head?
Yes, we saved the dog's head.
To which my mom, I love my mom so much because my mom is just very quick on her feet and quick with her speech. And my mom said without failing, oh, hold on, it's in a baggie in the freezer. Let me go get it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. And then the guy's, then he's like, ma'am, this is serious. You could have rabies. And my mom's like, well, what are you going to do? Cut off my head? So that was, that was a great story. And great. Mom, I love you. And I'm so glad I inherited this from you.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's funny.
The other story is years later with Mowgli, our fat cat. We'd moved here. We were decorating for Christmas, and we had a bunch of thumbtacks on the table. And Mowgli gets interested in things he's not supposed to have, and so he waddles over there, and he he gets a thumbtack in his mouth. He's showing it to me.
He's shaking it
and
around.
I'm like, nope, this is not a good idea. So then he goes and he sticks his head back in the pile and he comes up and nothing's in his mouth. And it's at that point where you're like,
did he swallow it?
Did he swallow it? Is he going
to
be dead in a few minutes? We need to rush him to the vet. So we did, and we spent a ridiculous amount of money.
It was money we were saving to buy a sofa, like a couch. And we're like, well, I guess that to get you x-rayed, we're going to have to, this is our sofa money.
Our sofa money to find out that he was fat. And
there was no push pin.
There was no push pin.
Just lost. They're like, see this all right here on the x-ray? This is fat.
It was fat or poop. I wasn't really sure which, but it was something. So anyway, pets are great. They do elicit some pretty great stories.
So maybe we'll do a prompt for each section.
Yeah.
Why not?
So what is an animal story you have from, if you're a pet person, what is like a pet story from childhood that immediately comes to mind when you think, maybe it's not a dog with a head in the freezer like mine. It could be something else. But what comes to mind when you think of pets?
Or maybe go visit a pet store. Why don't you get a pet?
Yeah.
And take pictures with it.
Yes. You can create,
and show it to it.
You can create Instagram accounts now.
So create something based on pets.
Yes.
One of my favorite things about our new place is that we have a front balcony because it's a row of 30 townhouses. And so in the front, we have a little balcony that we can perform scenes from The Sound of Music on. We can do Romeo and Juliet. I would be playing all the parts.
You have done these things, yes. I have not.
Maybe I have, maybe I have not. So anyway, we can also, there's like a little...
It's a field
thing.
That's like over off in the distance. And it's really pretty because we live near like a creek and everything. Yeah. And there's this... In the distance. And there was this one day we're walking out to the cars and...
You're like, a deer, quick, a deer's out here. So I come out in the balcony. Like, oh, it's a deer.
Yeah, it was just there. And when you see it, and maybe this is your experience, like seeing an animal in the zoo is neat. Like that's still very fascinating. But seeing something like not in the zoo, like in the wild or in its natural habitat, there's something that like creates like this still moment. And it was feeling sacred, and I have these very spiritual responses when I see animals in the wild because my heart just gets drawn to them. And we're watching this deer. It's like,
watching a deer. Is it crapping?
It started pooping. It just decided to just squat right there and.
I've never thought about a deer crapping, and so it was like, oh, the deer.
So, in case you've ever wondered, yes, a deer does crap in the woods.
You do. It felt safe. It felt safe enough to do that right there.
Yeah.
Oh, the deer feels safe with us. Oh.
Yeah, I could have done without seeing that. To be honest,
it happens. Everyone does it.
It does. It's true.
Everyone does it.
Even deer, apparently.
I mean. I bet you that the deer had a pooping bush nearby.
It's true.
Go back and watch a few episodes and you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, one of the things about living out here and kind of not being on the East Coast is like seeing elk. We went to the Grand Canyon of all places, and there were a lot of elk at the Grand Canyon, like at the park, just hanging out. And I remember seeing...
I invited them.
Yeah,
hey,
of course you did.
Hey, elk, we're going to be here.
Yeah, exactly. And they this one didn't have horns or anything, but they were really comfortable with people. Like it wasn't like they felt pretty safe. So I thought, I bet you I can get a selfie with an elk. And so, or a picture taken with an elk. So I had Heidi have her camera ready, and I was inching closer to the elk. And elks are not tiny creatures at all. And the elk just bolted right in Heidi's direction. Scared her to death, and I was really glad that it didn't kill you.
Thank you. I'm also glad that it did not kill me.
I felt bad, and then I was like, oh, that was such a fun story. Wow.
Well, it scared the...
out of you. Yes.
I know. We try not to cuss on this show. We save that for private moments.
That's right. Our best moments are for private.
We try to keep it family friendly on the show. Well, one of my favorite things growing up was we lived in Romania for about 4 years, and we worked in a lot of village churches, and one of my favorite things is we would be driving.
Is this?
I don't know. I don't know where my arms were going.
Okay.
I don't know if I was gonna do like the driving motion.
It's like a T-Rex.
I mean, it's not
like
like it's like a T-Rex driving a car. It's not like I was driving. I mean, I was a child. But anyway, we would be driving out like a T-Rex to the village, and it usually be in the evening time, and so as we were entering in, you would see coming in from the pastures all these cows.
Okay.
And I'm assuming there was a shepherd of some kind, or maybe a wrangler of some kind. I'm not sure. I never saw one. But the cows would come home, and then they all knew where they lived. So they would just start turning off to their houses. And I was just like imagining, bye, Betty. Bye, Doreen.
You just made that up right there. That was good.
Well, I was going to say Bob, but I was like, wait, I don't know if there were any, I don't know that they were male cows. Wait, what's a male cow called?
A bull?
A bull? Are they always bulls?
A steer, maybe?
I don't know.
I'm about to make myself look ignorant right now.
I feel very stupid right now. They're all bulls? Wait, okay,
No.
I have a question. If you eat a cow, are you eating...
What are you about to ask me?
Well, I don't know. Like milk cows are dairy cows. Those are girls. So I know that, right? I'm right. Yes. Okay. So if you're eating a hamburger, are you always eating a boy cow? Are they always boys or are they girls too?
I am not a farmer and I can't answer that question. But I
don't know, guys. There's so many things that I don't know. But like you and our friend Terry, say like I'm a lifelong learner.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm a lifelong learner. So
if you want to educate me and my wife on this.
I don't know, people. If you're eating a hamburger, is it always a boy or could it be a boy or a girl that you are tearing to shreds with your teeth?
Don't. No.
I did have I don't eat meat very often, but I had a burger
on Saturday.
Yeah, and it was actually so good. It was delicious.
It was very.
So I save my carnivore, I like it.
Yeah. Most of the time, you're just kind of like a judgy semi-vegan.
I am not judgy about it. I've never been, and I'm not. I'm a plant. I'm a mostly vegan. I'm a plant-based. Well, I tease you. I like to make little dying sounds as Ben's eating me. Or like, a little baby cow that gave up its life for Ben. Anywho, we would like to know, just so we know what gender of meat we're eating. I would like to know. I feel a little stupid.
I think I know, but I don't want to say.
What do you mean you don't want to say?
I'm pretty sure I think it's whatever. I think
it's whatever.
It's whatever gender. I don't think
I
don't think it matters.
I'm not saying it matters. I just want to know.
I don't think predominantly it's any one gender you particularly eat a hamburger from. Or
what about chickens? If you're eating a chicken, because okay. Is it only lady chickens, hens who give eggs, right? Yeah. But when you're yes.
Well, yeah.
Yes. We did go to college. Wait, okay. But if you're eating like fried chicken, are you eating both, either a girl or a boy chicken? Yes, right?
Probably. That would be a question for my dad since he eats fried chicken.
Okay, people. Clearly, there are so much stupidity, mostly coming from this microphone.
It's shared.
It's just things that I've never asked before. So if I've never thought about it, how would I know the answer to it?
Okay.
But anyway, that was one of my favorite things, is that the cows in the village knew where their houses were, so they would just go off to their own homes. I thought that was so cool.
That is pretty cool.
Do you have any more funny animal stories?
It was funny, but it was also amazing. When we went to Hawaii a while ago, I want to go back so bad.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Happy time.
Let's go.
We decided to go swimming with dolphins. And I've watched an abnormal amount of Jaws and Shark Week, and I know more.
Dolphins are not sharks.
They're not.
Just so you,
I know
in
more.
case you missed
I
that.
know more about sharks than the average person.
So you would know if you were eating shark if it was a boy or a girl.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't know.
Well, then you need to watch more Shark Week.
So we're in the boat, and we're aware that we're going out to the open sea. I'm sure we signed a waiver form. And as we're on the boat, Heidi goes, "Well, y'all don't really see sharks here that much, do you?" To the boat captain.
No, of course not. They're not going to set us free in the ocean where there's high level of sharks.
I'm thinking to myself, please, dude, just lie. And he goes, "Oh no, we see sharks here all the time. We see tiger sharks here." So we're all like full blown, almost panicky, scared. We jump in this open water, and you don't see the bottom, but you see these amazing dolphins.
I was scared.
And I was scared too. But the cool thing is that if there's dolphins present, the odds of a shark being present are not as high. You know?
And why? I forgot. Is it because there's just a lot of dolphins? They're kind of like in herds?
They're in herds. They're in packs. I guess I don't know what to call them.
Bounties.
There we go. Yeah. And this is the thing. I'm not a scientist, but like I knew that, okay, if there's a lot of dolphins here, the odds of there being a shark here are probably not as high. And it was such an awe-inspiring thing. You felt so small and being around that.
It took me a long time to get into the water though.
It did.
It wasn't until I found out that there could be sharks. Like I just assumed that they wouldn't take us.
Because somebody asked.
Because I was trying to be wise, okay, and think it through. And then I don't know, there was something about them being wild dolphins as opposed to, a pet dolphin per se or whatever.
Yeah.
But so I started like panicking. So when I finally was able to get in the water, I thought, okay, after you get home, are you going to be disappointed if you didn't just do it?
That's a good
So
question.
I did, and then I was so glad that I did, but I was terrified. So make sure you go to an ocean that doesn't have sharks in it.
Yeah, and let us know where you find it.
And if you eat shark, make sure you ask, are you a girl or a boy?
So, we've talked a little bit about like some of the fun things we've seen with animals, and obviously there's something very powerful about seeing like wild animals, seeing things that are having bonds with pets and all of that. So just wanted to are there any other stories you have that are maybe not as funny, but more serious?
Feels like you're getting really
super
serious on me. Is this the introspective part?
This is the introspective part, yes.
Okay, let me become serious right now. Well. I was thinking about a joke that my dad used to tell. Sorry, I got distracted in my brain. Well. That's the story of 3 holes in the ground. Anyway, I agree that I think that, sometimes when you see an animal, it's just like, wow, it kind of puts everything in perspective. Mm-hmm. Like everything just, you're full of wonder and then, you're feeling so small. But one of my favorite things was it last year?
It was last summer,
It was at the end of summer, and it was like twilight evening, like the beginning, and we had a bunch of friends over in our backyard, and all of a sudden you hear this and it was a presence, and an owl landed in a tree in the backyard in the middle of the city of Portland. I mean, and I don't know, it was just, there was such a presence that you were just arrested by the I don't even know like how big owls' wings. I mean, the level of force.
There was definitely something strong, and
the level of force and presence was just overwhelming, and it was just really special, and it was just fun to like share that moment.
And everybody just got quiet.
It's like nothing else matters but this owl, and it was that was really just a cool thing. Yeah.
I wrote a song a few years ago about hummingbirds, and so hummingbirds always carry like a special kind of meaning for me because they're just so small, they're cute, and like their wings are going so fast, but yet they seem so still at the same time. And when you hear them, it's like it's just this really sweet hum. So anyway, I went off to the woods by myself about a month ago, and I was just praying. I was having a moment. I was having a moment with God. That's what was happening. And I believe that sometimes God can speak through nature. And in that moment, I was already on the verge of tears and weeping and getting all emotional. And all of a sudden, I heard the sound of hummingbirds' wings. And it was just like this. It just flew in front and stayed for a little while, and
in front of your face.
Well, not in front of my face. It was maybe a few feet out, but it was like I could see it. It was close. It was beautiful. And it was just the right moment.
Yeah.
And I felt loved.
Yeah,
And that, that was the thing. It was like, oh, and then of course all the tears flowed. So if you see some guy in the woods crying, it's probably me.
Well, you were also getting over your bee hornet story.
Oh, that was before the bee hornet. That was the moment.
It was before. So feel that first the hummingbird. You go back a couple episodes and watch the bee. A tale of two buzzes.
The first buzz was really nice. The second buzz was like, I'm going to burn this tiny house down.
Go back a couple episodes and watch that. Yeah. Yes, they would tell that story. So. Yeah.
Yeah. Animals are important, and animals require, I think, vigilance on the part of humans to be able to notice them, to see them. It requires you to be quiet, to be still, and to be looking. So if there's anything that animals teach us, it teaches us to be quiet and look. So,
we forgot a prompt for the last one. Okay, we'll give you the prompt for this one and then we'll go back.
Yep.
So just be on the lookout. I think that you just notice butterflies or grasshoppers or just things when you're just kind of being aware. So just be watchful and just keep a little log of the different animals you see all summer. For funny, write a funny animal story.
Funny?
Yeah, for funny. Or did you have a prompt?
No, I didn't.
Or watch a funny animal story, like a movie or a book or something like that. Or I have nothing else.
No, I think those are good.
Nothing else.
Okay.
You're smart out there. You can come up with ideas. And research for us. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know what
we
genders.
Do shows to know what we don't know.
I want to know what I'm eating exactly and who I'm eating. At least I can at least tell. Thank you, Felix, for giving up your crunchy right wing for me.
Wow. So the song that we're gonna do.
Oh, serious transition.
No, I was just saying the song that we're gonna do is a song called Heaven's Land. It's gonna be on our next album. I introduced the song as a demo a little while ago, and I think the first time I ever played it was on the banjo. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the song's kind of taken a little bit more of a definite shape.
It will sound different on the full album. So this will be like one little version of it.
Yeah, exactly. So enjoy listening, and we'll see you soon. Didn't speak the earth into breath and being, or write the songs these sweet birds sing. Let wildness be. So tired of gifts attached to strings, choking life, clipping wings, reduce the earth to mere commodity. Oh, I dream, yes, I dream of a place not built by the bones of men, outside the reach of coin and thief lies a piece of heaven's land. Imagine life where it's you and me, not us or them, not enemies. Close your eyes, tell see. Can't legalize a change of heart, brokenness, the place we have to start. Open up the wound and clean it out. Oh, I dream, yes, I dream of a place not built by the bones of men, outside the reach of coin and thief lies a piece of heaven's land. Oh, I dream, yes, I dream of a place not built by the bones of men, outside the reach of coin and thief lies a piece of heaven's land. Oh, I dream of a place not built by the bones of men, outside the reach of coin and thief lies a piece of heaven's land. We're out searching, we're out searching, we're out searching for heaven.